There's a fire building in your chest this week, Aries, but it's not just your usual drive. It's something deeper, something ancient, something that's been waiting for this exact moment in your solar year to awaken. You're not just stepping into another cycle, you're stepping into a new version of yourself, one shaped not by the speed of your motion, but by the clarity of your direction. This week is a paradox. On one hand, the sun is blazing in your sign, amplifying your instincts, courage, and hunger for momentum. On the other, Mercury remains retrograde, also in Aries, forcing you to pause, revise, and reflect on everything you think you know about who you are and what you want. And that tension? That's your initiation. This isn't just another week. It's a mirror, one that shows you where your fire serves you and where it burns you. The question isn't, how fast can I go? It's, do I still want to go there? If you're new to Ram's Radiant Stars, welcome to a space made for warriors of the spirit. For those who lead with heart, rise with honesty, and aren't afraid to rewrite their path when the old one no longer fits. We're a cosmic tribe built on action. But even more than that, we're rooted in alignment. So take a second and subscribe, share. Because this isn't just for you. It's for your fellow Aries souls walking beside you on this path of bold transformation. Now take a deep breath. You've likely been feeling the push-pull between wanting to do more and needing to feel more. Between proving and pausing, between impulse and intention. And here's the secret. The version of you that acts without checking in first, that version is tired, that version is ready to rest. This week, something powerful happens when you stop asking what's next and start asking what's right. Because your fire isn't just meant to burn, it's meant to illuminate. And that light, it can only shine when you're clear. This is the sacred friction of Aries season, the part of you that moves, meeting the part of you that listens. By the end of this week, you'll realize you didn't need a breakthrough. You just needed a better question, one that wasn't rooted in urgency, but in truth. Let's walk this fire together, not to burn everything down, but to light up what matters most. Welcome home, Aries. You're not behind, you're not lost, you're simply aligning. And now, let's begin. Weekly energy. This week, Aries, the energy doesn't scream, it hums. And if you're still waiting for the lightning bolt, you might miss the quiet truth pulsing underneath everything. You are walking a sacred contradiction. Bold outer energy, sun in Aries, deep inner reflection, Mercury retrograde. It's like trying to run full speed with your heart whispering, wait, just a second, listen first. That's the core of this week's frequency. Impulse meets intuition. The theme, pause in motion. You'll feel both, the urge to initiate and the instinct to hold back at times. It may feel like indecision, but it's actually your soul adjusting the rhythm. You're learning how to move from alignment, not adrenaline. And that, Aries, is what separates action from reaction. This is a week for cleaning up your energetic field, checking in with emotional triggers, reconnecting with your why, not just your how. Because truthfully, you're not burnt out from action. You're burnt out from acting without inner permission. Inner landscape. Expect waves of restlessness, subtle irritation, and sudden moments of emotional clarity. You may take a deep breath, Aries. No, really. In through the nose. Hold. Now let it go. Because this week isn't about charging forward. It's about tuning into the part of you that moves before the motion. The fire that flickers before it blazes. There's a unique hum in the air right now. Not a roar, not silence. A tension, sacred, subtle, electric. You're in a moment of energetic calibration. The outside world might still expect boldness, leadership, performance. But inside, something softer is happening. A shift, a gentle realignment that says, you don't have to force this. Let the truth come to you. And that's the real challenge for a soul like yours. To lead with listening. To find courage in slowing down, not speeding up. This week's emotional energy moves in spirals, not straight lines. You'll notice, one moment, high energy. Let's go now. The next, doubt, introspection, fatigue. followed by a strange clarity in the silence. That's not weakness, that's wisdom emerging from within. You're not meant to stay at one emotional setting. You're meant to feel the rhythm change and choose your moves with deeper precision. The emotional forecast. You might feel emotionally reactive at the start of the week. Old patterns may surface, not to sabotage you, but to be seen. Mid-week brings emotional fog, and with it, a moment to pause. Your energy isn't gone, it's repositioning itself. By the end of the week, the fog lifts, and you'll notice your impulses have a new clarity. This is not about suppressing your fire. It's about noticing where it flares up from an old wound versus where it rises from your deeper truth. Energy practice. Try this reflection. What am I pushing that's actually meant to unfold? Where do I react because I'm afraid of waiting? Where do I lead because it feels aligned, not obligated? Even 5 minutes of journaling this week could open a door you've been knocking on for years. What this means for you, Aries, this isn't the week to conquer the mountain. It's the week to ask, why am I climbing it in the first place? Because when you get honest with your inner rhythm, the outside world bends to meet your pace. You don't lose power by slowing down. You gain direction. And that direction, it's what will turn this year from another loop into a breakthrough. Astrological influences. Let's zoom out now, Aries. Because while your emotions are recalibrating, the sky is writing a script that directly mirrors what you're feeling. This week's astrology isn't passive, it's precise. It's asking you to stop guessing and start aligning. Mercury Retrograde in Aries, the internal rewire. Let's start with the loudest influence. Mercury Retrograde in your sign, continuing through April 25th. This isn't just a communication slowdown. It's a full body, full mind reset. You may feel misunderstood, even when you're being clear, irritated by delays, especially when things should be easy, deeply reflective about your identity, purpose, or current path. This transit affects your first house, the house of self, identity, physical energy. That means you're not just rethinking ideas, you're rethinking you. You may feel slower physically or mentally. Your old patterns of act first, ask later are being replaced with feel first, then act from truth. This is a sacred pause, not a punishment. Let it refine you, not frustrate you. Sun in Aries, bold light, but selective heat. The sun is still lighting up your sign. This is your solar spotlight, a time to own your truth, reintroduce yourself to yourself, and lead from clarity. But here's the paradox. The sun wants momentum, while Mercury retrograde wants stillness. This week, instead of seeing that as conflict, see it as alchemy. You're being trained to lead with precision, to shine your light on purpose, not on impulse. Mars in Pisces. The spiritual warrior. Mars, your ruling planet, is moving through Pisces, activating your 12th house, the realm of dreams, endings, spirituality, subconscious beliefs. This energy feels strange, slower, mysterious. You may notice increased sensitivity or empathy, vivid dreams or intuitive hits, a desire to rest, retreat, or protect your inner world. Mars in Pisces isn't about loud effort. It's about intentional surrender. You're learning how to act with flow, not against it. Don't force it. Follow the subtle signs. The moon's journey, your emotional compass. April 7th to 8th, Aquarius moon. Think big, detach from drama. April 9th to 11th, Pisces moon. Emotional depth, spiritual clarity. April 12th to 13th, Aries moon. Your power returns, but with purpose. April 14th, Taurus moon. Preview. Time to ground your vision. The emotional arc is clear, from vision to intuition to identity to stability. Let that sequence guide your week. Summary: this week's astrology, we're on sacred friction. Sun, we're power Mercury retrograde. You're pause Mars, we're soul moon. Flow together. They're not holding you back. They're reconstructing your leadership style from the inside out. You're learning to trust a deeper compass. And Aries, when you learn to lead with the stars instead of pushing against them, that's when everything unlocks. But numbers speak too, and the symbols this week, they'll confirm what your soul already suspects. Numerology and symbolism. This week, Aries, the stars may be loud, but the numbers, they're focused, precise, intentional. The numerological vibration around you isn't chaotic, it's laser sharp, and it wants you to pay attention to exactly where your energy is going. Numerological vibration 1. The core frequency of this week is the number 1, yet the beginning, the individual, the seed. In numerology, 1 isn't just about starting over, it's about reclaiming your sovereignty. It's about realigning with the version of you that doesn't ask for permission to exist. This number speaks your native language, Aries, but under Mercury Retrograde, it's taking on a more introspective flavor. You're not being asked to launch, you're being asked to remember why you would want to. Themes of the 1 vibration leadership, not dominance but embodied clarity, authenticity, peeling back layers that don't feel like you self-trust. Especially in decisions that feel risky or uncertain, you may feel like you're circling around something, not quite ready to leap, but no longer willing to stand still. That's exactly where the magic lives, in the space between readiness and risk. Angel numbers to watch 111. You are entering a new cycle of inner alignment. 1010. Completion and new beginnings. Coexist 121. Your inner voice is your best guide right now. These numbers may appear on receipts, clocks, license plates, not to impress you, but to gently confirm, yes, you're on the right path, even if it feels slow. Symbols and synchronicities. Be open to symbols like keys. It's time to unlock something you've been avoiding. Arrows, direct focus, new path, clean decision mirrors. Your outer world is reflecting your inner hesitation or clarity. These aren't just cute spiritual metaphors. They're literal messages designed to redirect your attention to what matters. So if something repeats this week, a word, an object, a moment, pause. Ask, what does this remind me of? What part of me is trying to get through? Am I ignoring something that keeps calling my name? Energetic message. This is the week to step out of emotional noise, refocus your vision, set 1 internal intention, and let everything align to that, because the number 1 doesn't need backup. It doesn't wait for a sign, it becomes the sign. And that's the invitation, Aries, to stop looking outside for validation, and instead start treating your inner pull as sacred. The stars are whispering, the numbers are pointing, and now the cards, they're ready to speak too. Tarot message. The cards this week don't shout, they whisper, and in their quiet strength, they mirror exactly what you've been feeling. Your spread, the Hermit 2 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Hermit, the sacred pause. You're not retreating, Aries. You're refining. The Hermit shows up when your fire is meant to turn inward, not disappear, but distill. This card confirms that your current need for stillness, solitude, or reflection isn't weakness, it's strategy. You're not lost, you're aligning. 2 of Wands, the tension of potential. You're standing at the edge of something new. The 2 of Wands is about planning, sensing a shift, and preparing to move, but not quite yet. There's tension in the waiting, but also power. This card says, don't rush the decision, let it mature. Ace of Swords, truth ignites. This is the breakthrough, a mental clarity, a sharp truth, a knowing that cuts through the fog. It may come as a conversation, realization, or flash of inner certainty. The ace clears the path, but only if you're willing to name what's real. This week, Aries, your fire becomes a beacon, not a blaze. Let truth light the way. And now, let's see how this all unfolds day by day. Daily forecast. Monday, April 7th. The Aquarius moon urges you to zoom out. You may feel emotionally detached, but this detachment brings vision. Use today to clarify your bigger picture, even if you don't act on it yet. Theme: strategic distance. Message: step back to see what's really worth stepping toward. Symbol: telescope. Clarity through space. Tuesday, April 8th. Mercury retrograde stirs tension today. You may feel misunderstood, especially in conversations where you expect agreement. This is not a cue to argue, it's a cue to pause. Theme: reframed communication. Message: misunderstanding isn't rejection, it's a moment to realign. Symbol: bridge, built through listening. Wednesday, April 9th. The moon shifts into Pisces, activating your 12th house. Today, you may feel more tired, dreamy, or disconnected. Let it be what it is. This is a day for inward work. Theme: soft integration. Message: healing doesn't always look productive. Symbol: mist, clarity hidden in quiet. Thursday, April 10th. You'll feel an emotional weight lifting. A recent question or frustration might suddenly dissolve, not through solving, but through surrender. Trust what leaves gently. Theme: emotional release. Message: let go of what's already walking away. Symbol: open palm. Nothing forced, everything received. Friday, April 11th. Still under the Pisces moon, but with a clearer mind. Today brings softness, not confusion. You may feel a gentle pull towards something meaningful, even if you can't fully name it yet. Theme: soul resonance. Message: not all direction comes with a map. Symbol: candle flame, quiet, present, intentional. Saturday, April 12th. The moon enters Aries and your energy returns, but with more purpose. Instead of leaping, you're moving deliberately. Let that grounded fire guide you. Theme: aligned action. Message: not everything urgent is important. Symbol: compass, action with inner coordinates. Sunday, April 13th. Old habits may rise again today. You're not being tested. You're being invited to respond differently. Awareness is the first victory. Theme: pattern shift. Message: you're not who you used to be. Let your actions reflect that. Symbol: gate, a chance to walk a new path. Monday, April 14th. Preview: you start next week clearer, calmer, and more aligned. It's not about intensity now, it's about integrity. Theme: stabilized focus. Message: when your energy is honest, everything around you adjusts. Symbol: tree roots, unseen strength. This week asked a lot of you, Aries, to slow down, to tune in, to wait before you charge, and you did. That's growth, that's power, that's the beginning of a new kind of leadership. If this message resonated, share it with another Aries soul who's walking their own path to clarity. And stay close to Ram's radiant stars, because your fire is just getting started.